we may never see it grow. This may happen 5 years down the road. But the pleasure that I've had for being here so long is I got to see this seed that we planted by introducing a big sister into her life. I got to see it grow, and it is magical. It is magnificent. And just a little bit about her. When she came to our program, she had recently been orphaned, and at 8 years old, you're orphaned, and what course will your life take? We don't know. And Big Brothers Big Sisters couldn't fulfill all the needs, but we could do something critical, and that was to introduce her to someone who was prepared to invest some time in caring about her and making sure she had positive life experiences, and we did that. And that was a long time ago. And since that time, this wonderful young woman has grown up to graduate high school, to graduate from North Carolina A&T, to move on to Howard University, where she received a master's in art, and to return to Greensboro when I got a call from her big sister and said, hey, she's back. And you know what? Now, she's teaching at A&T. She's a professor at A&T, and she's working on her PhD in art at UNCG. It has been a journey. I can't begin to share with you all the wonderful things I've heard. If you've ever been to the Civil Rights Museum and saw some of the wonderful murals, that was Darlene's work. If you've gone to Bennett College and their centers, their murals, that is her work. If you read the News and Record just a few days ago about the works that is being done over in the ACOT district to restore that tunnel, that is her work. All this artwork, and please, before you leave, take a chance to walk over there. She's brought some in for us to see this morning, the wonderful work and the creative nature. And all along, she had a cheerleader that helped her grow as a girl, and as she became a woman, became a friend to her, and a major supporter. And that is what I got to see with the wonderful work of Big Brothers Big Sisters. So it's my pleasure to introduce Darlene McClinton.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Darlene McClinton, and I'm a alum little, and this is my big Amy Clapp. And and we're going to tell the story, and we're going to bounce back and forth telling the story. But I'm going to start off by saying, Robin said a little bit, but basically I come from a poverty-stricken background. My mother died at the age of 32. I was 8 years old. She died from AIDS. And then my father was absent from my life. I'm originally from South Bronx, New York, but was raised here in Greensboro. I remember it like it was yesterday when I lived on Chestnut Street, and Robin and Big Brother Big Sister basically matched me up with Amy, and she came in like an angel on Valentine's Day.
We met on Valentine's Day when Darlene was 8 and I was 28, and I'll age us both. That's 24 years ago. And she just had the most beautiful smile on her face. She was so excited to meet me, and I was so excited to meet her. I was single and working and just, wanting to do something, volunteer. And we did such things as...
One thing in the program we did was Big Brother Big Sister would set up a series of events. So we did golfing together, bowling together, we went out camping. But the great thing about Amy, when she came into my life, is she was consistent. She called me each week if I was having trouble in school. She became my tutor. We would tutor math. She would teach me at a very early, she taught me at a very early age to reading is the key to success, read, read, read. So each week she would give me a reading assignment. I would read a book. If I read a book, she would take me to a store. And when I was young, for some reason, I would collect small little eggs. So each week we did that. And she also helped me with my identity. So my childhood was very up and down. So where she would basically purchase me things that had my name on it just to encourage me. Darlene, this is where you're going. In my family, my mother encouraged me to finish school, high school, but Amy said anything that you want out of life, you need to work hard for it. And she said you should go ahead and go to college. So she's one of the reasons why I went to college. And also now I'm teaching on the college level. So if it wasn't for her encouraging me, motivating me, educating me to pursue a higher education, I may not have been teaching at this level.
And I didn't go to college, and I've attended part-time, but I really wanted Darlene to have that experience right out of high school that so many young kids with her background don't get. She applied herself, she went, she got loans, she got grants, she graduated, she went straight up to Washington, D.C. I followed her up there, and we outfitted her apartment and with my Target, and, big plug for Target, and I was so proud of her, and I visited her there a couple times. What I want to say is that it's all great and wonderful what we do as big sisters and big brothers for these young children, but Darlene has changed my life, and she has been my first child. I met her before I was married. I have had 3 children since. She has mentored my children. One of my youngest children is helping her paint the tunnel, and an example is about 6 months ago, I suffered a sudden illness and was hospitalized and was on a lot of medication, and I was kind of in and out of it for a couple days and hallucinating and thinking I was seeing persons and people, and I woke up one time and Darlene, and there was a sign on the door that said no visitors, no visitors. I woke up one time and Darlene was sitting on my bed, and I thought that I was having another dream, you know. I'm like, and I did. I said, "Is it you? Is it really you?" And it was. She was my angel. I mean, she was there for me. She's always there for me, and so the rewards that the big sisters and the big brothers get are just beyond even what the littles get. I just want to make that point that it's not just about what we can do for them. It's amazing what they can do for us.
The last thing I would say is Big Brother, Big Sister provides dedication, consistency, commitment, and community. It is a wonderful program. It's nothing in the world that I would not do for Big Brother, Big Sister, because it's impacted my life so much. As you see, Amy and I are still very good friends. We talk to each other all the time. She comes, visits me. I come to visit her. And I just want to encourage everyone to continue to support this program. Encourage, Amy came by the mural site last night to drop off her daughter. So I stopped all my students and I introduced her and I told them what she's done for my life. And by the end of the night, they were all saying they wanted to be bigs and big brothers and big sisters. I was like, yes, yes. Last but not least, I do want to say thank you all for coming out. And they mentioned some of my ventures that I am working on. I've painted 3 murals in the city of Greensboro. I have 2 passions. My passion is art and teaching. I love helping people. I live a life of service. 80% of my time is to community service, and the rest is me trying to get myself somewhere in life. And I recently jumped out on faith and opened up my own business. It's called The Artist Block, where creative minds meet. It's 1020 West Lee Street. And I had this vision when I lived in D.C., and when I was an art student at A&T, it was a store called Davis Design. I don't know if any of y'all know about it, on Elm Street. And I was a faithful, loyal customer there, and once I moved back in 2010, the store was closed. So I wanted to bring back an authentic art supply store. So it's a coffee shop, art supply store, and fine arts gallery. We do art classes for kids. We have a paint and sip. We have different ventures, but it's just a creative place for you to come, network. We have free Wi-Fi, just eat and enjoy yourself. And if you do get, and that was it. They told me to mention the business and also the artwork, but I appreciate everyone.
I want to say one more thing. Darlene is far more accomplished than I am. She has surpassed me in every way, academically, civilly, business, entrepreneurially, and I am honored to be in her presence every time that I'm with her. It is just my privilege, and always has been.